today. Good job. Thursday, October 8th, is we're going to finish out the rest of our poetry terms, and then we'll get into our Annabel Lee poem for today. Let's see. Final poetry test coming up next Friday. Don't Be an Idiom was due today. It was lovely. Silver Wars, blah, blah, blah. We did this with you guys. And you guys, we got through this, and this. And if you guys are ready for number 10, correct? All right. Number 10. Let's see. Back to number 9. I did put a metal closer on your skin flaps and move it. If I had been witty and changed that to say face flaps, what would that be an example of? Law?
An alliteration.
An alliteration. That's what takes us to number 10. Because alliteration is going to be number 10. Face flaps. Reagan, what is alliteration?
It's where you have a phrase that starts with or sounds like the other words together.
Works for me. Multiple words. Now I'm going to change it slightly. The multiple words, all starting with the same consonant, has to be a consonant to qualify as an alliteration. What's a consonant? Everything that's not a vowel. What's a vowel? Things that aren't consonants. Nailed it. So A, E, I, O, and U are vowels. So it has to start with the B, C, D, F, G, stuff like that. La?
If it started with a vowel, wouldn't it be called an consonant?
Yeah.
We'll get there.
A sonnet.
Yes. It's on my website. You just got to go to the one that says notebook. For your example, just come up with an example of alliteration. I did one about Johnny jumping over Joey while jogging. You have one that you want to do? Bailey beats bunnies with bricks. Would also work well.
Yes.
Are you talking about me or her? Because
Yes.
I actually have a rabbit.
Did you beat it with a brick?
I don't like it.
No.
So, yeah.
So yes, you probably have. She probably beat it with a beautiful brick.
No.
No. A big brick?
Yeah.
See? Sticking with that same alliterative theme. With 10 being alliteration, now we get to go to alliteration's twin sister. And alliteration's twin sister, Tommy?
Onomatopoeia?
No, but a good guess. I do like onomatopoeia. We're not working it into this one. Good try, though. Vega?
Assonance?
That is correct. Assonance, or assonance, however you pronounce those.
Sonnets, yeah.
And assonance is almost the exact same thing as alliteration, except we're going to change one word. Blah.
You're going to change consonants to vowels.
Boom.
She just
Diggity.
stole mine.
No, I didn't, Gus.
Multiple words starting with the same vowel. Notebook? Writing? Words? Yeah, because it's going to disappear in just a moment. For the example for that one, I did Abby ate an apple after attacking Ashley with an apricot. But you can go with whichever one works for you.
You're going fast.
You could have
You're going
Audrey.
too fast.
It's right there in front of you. Audrey attacked Ainsley with an angry aardvark.
What?
We're learning, dear. Shh. Yes.
Yeah, I have a
Understanding is no
question.
place in learning.
Could it just be Abby ate an apple?
Sure.
Because that
As
was-
long as you know how it works, then that's fine with me. And then that's our last one. Once you have that one, then you can put the notebook away. Now we're going to get to that wonderful poem. We're going to deal with a happy love poem. I don't do many happy love poems. This will be one of the few happy love poems I do. But it's okay. It's a happy love poem that's still fun. Because I'm not going to do anything boring because that's not me. It's also a very memorable and exciting happy love poem. But there's most definitely happy loveness in there. Jake?
Is it happy to you or us?
Yes.
Not sure.
I don't know, both. I mean, there's happiness in there. Most kids enjoy the poem. Can I go that far?
No.
Okay, no. Some kids enjoy the poem. One kid enjoyed the poem once.
They did.
Alright, so you guys already downloaded this. So go
I
you
can't
guys.
download it.
What is it called, though?
You can't download it?
No, because I don't have it on this iPad.
Oh.
Me and Mom.
Then you can just bring it up on the screen or just follow here. Either one works. Alright, so now with this one to go back, Omar, in our poem Annabel Lee, how many stanzas do we have?
6.
Nice one. So we have a total of 6 stanzas. We're going to break it down into each stanza, sort of figure out what's going on in there, and sort of go from there. Dakota, thanks for volunteering. We'll take the first stanza. As Dakota reads, what we're going to figure out is 1, where is our poem taking place? 2, when is our poem taking place? 3, who's in the poem? And then 4, what emotions do we have so far in our poem? Dakota, read with your best poemy voice.
Yay, acting.
Out loud.
It was many and many a year ago, in the kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know, by the name of Annabel Lee. In this maiden she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me.
Nicely done. It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know, by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. Step 1, where is our poem taking place? Can we begin at that one? Gus?
Under the sea.
You say under the sea?
Under the
I didn't hear you. I was making sure.
Yeah.
Under the sea?
No.
No.
In.
In the sea.
Yeah.
In the sea.
No. Wait. Yeah.
No. It does not take place in the sea, although being there would be fun. On the sea.
No.
No. Under the sea.
No.
No, those are all wrong. You're correct. Matson
Okay.
would work a little bit better by the prepositions. We're getting closer each time. We have a kingdom, and then we have the sea. It's a kingdom by the sea. Who do we have in the poem? I think we can go to that one next. Reagan?
A maiden named Annabel Lee.
So we have a girl by the name of Annabel Lee, and we have one other character, at least so far. Cauliflower?
I'm the one telling the story.
And nice, well done. The one telling, does he have a name?
No.
No. In the story, he doesn't have a name, so we're going to call him Dude, because he's a dude. Going through there and telling us what happens in the story. He's a speaker in the poem, but he's not Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe is the author, but don't think that that's going to be the speaker. It's just a random dude. So random, his first name, Dude, last name. So we have Dude and Annabel Lee. And then from there, Zavari, how is it Dude and Annabel Lee feel about each other?
They love each other.
Lots of love coming up, and so they definitely love each other. Then, when is our poem taking place? We can take a look at that one. Yes, that one. Ainsley?
Many a year ago.
Nicely done. It was many and many a year ago. That's actually an allusion.
You used that word before, Mr. Brovicast.
Oh, I know. When we were doing the poem Injust, I mentioned the fact that goat-footed was an allusion. It's a reference to something we've read before. Here, this allusion is a reference to a type of story that I think all of you have read before. And there's a type of story that starts off very similarly, worded differently because it's a poem, but it's supposed to have a very similar start to it. Ainsley?
Once upon a time.
Did what stories start that way?
Like Disney stories.
Close.
Fairy tales.
There you go. The fairy tales. This poem is supposed to be set up like a fairy tale. Because Otter, are fairy tales happy or sad?
Happy.
Happy. And what are fairy tales about?
Love.
And who's usually the main character, A?
A princess.
See, look at that. It works out perfectly. So normally it's about a princess and about love and a prince. So here, princess. We have our prince. How do we know she's a princess? Well, here's your hint. It's taking place in a kingdom, and it says that she's one that everyone knows. So in this kingdom, it's someone that everyone knows, so it's probably going to be royalty, so we're going to go with princess, because princesses are much more fun to write about than queens, because queens are old and evil. But princesses, young and adorable, like me. La?
Not all fairy tales are happy. Like Bambi wasn't happy.
Bambi's not a fairy tale, it's a Disney movie.
Okay, so maybe it's a fairy tale.
Well, you could say the same thing about Nightmare on Elm Street.
And Rumpelstiltskin, or and Rapunzel wasn't happy. She got kidnapped.
Yeah,
But
and then
the
eventually
ending
gets
was happy.
rescued by a...
Yeah, friends.
But guess what?
Selfish.
She got kidnapped.
Correct.
Doesn't matter. She still got back.
No, she got her hair cut off, and she almost died.
Haircuts are not evil, dear. It's okay. So, Coach,
Yes, I'm just asking you this for like 3 years and you're never.
faster. I'm gonna start ignoring you
Can you
again.
make this impact learning? I love that.
And Dude, no. And so we have with Dude and Annabel Lee getting into the fact that it is a wonderful love poem. Basically, every time Annabel Lee wakes up in the morning, she stretches, yawn, Dude, I love you. And then Dude wakes up in his house. He's like, Annabel Lee, I'm sorry, Annabel Lee, I love you. And so they just have thoughts about each other, and everything is wonderful because it is a wonderful, happy love fairy tale poem. Not something I do very often, but this poem, it's a little special. We go to stanza 2, and we get to find out their level of love is a special level of love. So stanza 2,
Stanza
Coach.
Hey!
There's lots more stanzas
No, I
coming up.
don't care.
I was a child and she was a child in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love, and I am my Annabel Lee. With a love that winged
Seraphs,
seraphs of heaven
coveted.
coveted her and me.
Nicely done. I was a child, and she was a child in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love. I am my Annabel Lee. With a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me.
Mr. Brovicast, your poem just got real creepy.
That first line, not being creepy. Not that there's anything wrong with creepy poems. But this one is just saying that the idea when it says, I was a child and she was a child, is not referring to like my Brovlings, like little 8 and 10-year-olds running around. Not like that. It's saying that it's just not old, creepy person love. Because no one likes old person love because old people are just creepy. And the last thing you would think about is like,
I was a geezer, and she was had a cane.
and you're like, and the last thing you would think like, oh, they kissed? Oh, God. And so all of a sudden it becomes like a horror poem. Here, when it says, I was a child and she was a child, any guess as to what age we're going to be talking about if we're talking about wonderful young love? Tommy?
12.
A little bit older than that. It's still going to be a little scary, but you're on the right track. Zavari?
14.
Probably a little, keep coming up a little bit more to make it slightly less creepy. Aaron?
19.
We'll go,
Stop.
it's probably still the teenager. You guys are close. I go probably high teenager, maybe young 20s, but not any older than that. Most likely higher in the teenager area. So you're still young, but still the whole running around doing the love, 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 love. So the fact that they're young and they're in love and that everything is going well. So much love that it says, we loved with a love that was more than love.
Mr. Brovicast, they nailed that line.
I know. It's a good line. Unless that was like a simile or a metaphor. Kind of have to stab you in the throat. Because essentially, what are we comparing? Love to?
Love.
Yeah, you're like,
That makes me get tweaked.
yeah. But what he's trying to explain is to have you fully grasp the level of their love. Their level of their love is beyond most other love you can imagine. All right. There's this thing called a love ladder that you travel up as you get older. At the bottom level is like the bottom rung you start off on is like the love that you have like just random humans. You're like, I'm not going to stab you. That's kind of like love. And that's the first one. Above that are going to be siblings, like brothers and sisters, because you want to stab them, but your parents don't let you. And so you're like,
I love you more than other people because sometimes you bring me food.
and so that's the love you have for them. Above siblings, you're going to have like your parents, because your parents brought you into this world, and they're the reason that you exist. And you're like,
I kind of have to love you because without you, I'm not you.
and so you have this, you have the family. And then above them, for most of you, is going to be friends, because it's like family that you get to choose. And you're like, I like you more than my parents because you don't yell at me. And so you have those people there. Above that rung, the next one up is going to be the rung where you're going to have that special someone that you winky at. Winky, winky. And then you get to have the winky, winky back. And you're like, giggle. And so that's like that next level up, like that friend. And then for some of you, you're going to have another rung. because you're going to have like that love, and you're going to be like married for a long time, and you get that next rung up. And then you're going to have the next rung is like for those people who get married like together for like 50 years and become like old and creepy and stuff like that. You're like, that's so beautiful if you weren't old. And so you have like that rung. That's like the highest rung you can achieve. That's up there. Annabel Lee and Dude climb to the top of that ladder, grab another ladder, put it on top, and then keep climbing up. Because their love is so powerful that when they look at each other, actual bubbles of love appear above them and just start like floating. Love, love, love. That's how much love they have. It is an extreme level of, it's so strong, these things begin to notice their love, which is very rare. Now, do you know what a seraph is?
No, I've never heard of one of those.
That's okay. Coach
It's an angel.
is correct. A seraph is a fancy name for an angel. Essentially, an angel is supposed to be basically created out of love. For those of you who like your angel mythology, essentially they are created out of love. If you were to take love and like squish it together, like love, angel would appear out of it if you squeeze hard enough. If love were an orange and you squeezed that love orange, angel would come out the bottom of it. That's what they are. They're just flying around up there. There's actually considered to be rankings of angels. When you get into your angel mythology, you have like scrub angels. You're like, I'm just an angel. And then you have like the midline angels, and then you have like sergeant angel. And then at the very highest level of angel are these ones that are called seraphs. They're like the top angels that are up there. These angels are flapping around up there, doing their little angel things. Flappy, 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 flappy. And these love bubbles keep popping in front of them. Flappy, flappy, flappy. Flappy, flappy. Love. And because these love bubbles are full of so much love, the angels begin to feel an emotion they've never felt before. They begin to covet the love. Do you guys know what covet means? It's a big fancy word.
Yeah.
Cauliflower?
It means when like you really, really like something.
Close. More than just liking it, but yes, liking it is part of coveting it. But you have to go beyond just liking it.
Loving it? Like
Nope, that's too far now. But it's
like you're obsessed with it.
getting closer.